Hello and welcome to another episode of Pump the Brakes. I'm the host, Eric Evans, joined by co-host Blake Amorine.
Yep.
Buddy, we have college football on today.
We do. I'm ready.
I am very, very excited.
I'm doing something I don't particularly enjoy that I know that you like to do is putting these seltzers on ice.
But
I'm not going to bitch because it's football's back, but this is not.
It's gonna change everything. Would you buy them warm?
Yeah. You're in Zach, Louisiana. You have to buy your seltzers 2 days ahead of time. There is not one grocery store, gas station that will put them in a cooler. It blows my mind.
Maybe they know you're supposed to drink them on ice.
Maybe so. They're not good. Do not like it like that. Tastes like a flat Sprite.
That couldn't be more incorrect. You're looking all freshened up there. I like it.
Yeah, I got a haircut. Yeah. Last pod was not looking good.
Oof. That's why I wear hats. Usually I try and do like a little open or something, but we don't have time. It's fucking college football Thursday.
Jump right into it.
Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Not only just today's game, we're going to be jumping around a little bit. There are games on today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. I think Clemson plays Monday.
Yep. Give it to me. Put it in my body, inject it into my veins.
So officially, first week of college football. Is there anything specifically you are watching for? Any specific team? Any specific player? What are you watching for in week one?
So I will specifically be having my eyes on Oklahoma. I almost made a very substantial wager on Dylan Gabriel to win the Heisman 2 nights ago, but I kind of want to see him first. They really, like we talked about, Heisman, you have to make the playoffs. That's a given. Oklahoma's odds to win the national championship are like 40-1. Like, that's not really great if I'm kind of banking on the fact they need to make the playoffs. But with that said, I think he represents the best value on the board because he's still 25-1. And, I mean, he's got his old OC from UCF back. They lit it up together. It's just tough to tell right now, right? I mean, Oklahoma's going to be good on offense, even though, of course, they lost Caleb Williams. They lost a receiver. They're still Oklahoma. They still have talent. It'll be interesting to see defense. Venables has never had a bad defense. They're always good, but he's been at Clemson for so long, it's hard to say. So I will be eyeballs on Oklahoma UTEP. I'll probably be the only person in the country watching it. I will probably be the only person at the bar requesting the game to be on that's not in Norman, Oklahoma, but I will be watching hard on that one. As you like to know, I don't like to, like even when I bet golf, I don't want to bet 7 guys, right? I want to lock in on like 2 or 3 guys.
Yep.
And I want to do the same thing with the Heisman this year. So I want to watch Oklahoma and I want to watch Texas because I want to know who's going to win the Big 12 because I want to bet that quarterback to win the Heisman, whether it be Urs or Gabriel, leaning Gabriel right now.
And I don't know how to word this. Like, this is strictly like a value play, obviously.
Yes. I mean, obviously, if I wanted to, bet CJ Stroud.
Right. Well,
by the way, like we've already talked about, 6 of the last, I think, 7 winners have not been, the last 7 winners have not been the preseason
favorite. Right.
And you have a lot of expectations to live up to. You basically have to have a perfect game every game. So,
I know this was my pick and the guy that I love, and you like it too. Was there any difference on Tyler Van Dyke? Because when I initially looked, I saw 40-1, and then
a couple days later, he was 30-1 on the site I use, MGM. But I don't know, man. I don't know if Miami can make the playoff. You got to make the playoff, and the way I just don't know if I need to watch him play first.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, listen, obviously,
if it's 30-1 and he goes to 15 or 12 and they beat A&M, okay, I can live with that, right? Because they could probably run the table. So
right.
But yeah, I mean, he's gonna get a prove it game quick.
Yeah, So that's obviously the player and team I'm looking forward to watching. The opening week is Miami and Tyler Van Dyke, just because I've taken such a hard stand on them.
Yeah, you love them.
Really, I don't want to say it's out of nowhere, but it's kind of out of nowhere. So
I'm not really sold on Crystal Ball as a play caller, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. You want to talk about what you like tonight? There's Penn State, Purdue,
yeah,
West Virginia.
I like Penn State. -3.5. I would just bet the money line. I hate betting halves. I don't like it. There are a lot of stats that say it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but it feels like it does. So
It definitely feels
I have made a large, however responsible wager because I had a bunch of free play on Pitt -7.5, and I accidentally took the money line. I say accidentally. It was an accident, really. But
listen, it makes sense.
Well, I had the free bet, and I know how free bets work. You don't recoup the free bet; they basically just stake you. And I was kind of playing around with it, and accidentally hit the button. So here we are. But I've got a good clip on money line and 7.5. I could, for whatever reason, MGM will not let me buy points. Like Caesars will let you buy a point, MGM will not let you buy any.
That is strange.
Yeah, they don't even have an alt spread or anything, which they probably will for NFL. But
I know you like Tennessee tonight as well. Yeah, obviously, yeah. I mean, they're playing Ball State. They're a 36-point favorite. Like, obviously, they're going to win, but
that line exploded. I think Tennessee opened at like 30, maybe 31. I like the over in that game too.
All right. Well,
I'm a big Hendon Hooker guy. I'm a believer in Hendon Hooker. I mean, I think Tennessee is going to have one of the best offenses in the country this year. They're good. They're loaded.
I refuse. I hate them. I hate Tennessee.
Okay.
I hate them.
My money don't care. I don't.
Oh no, I get it. If we're talking strictly from a gambling standpoint, I don't see team names or uniforms. It's just
you're betting with your feelings. That's like LSU. I think I've only bet LSU like 3 times in my life. I bet them every year to win the national championship and the Saints to win the Super Bowl. I'm not as big of a Saints fan as I am LSU fan. That's why everybody's like, "Who's your favorite pro team?" Well, whoever's making me money. Like, I don't care. Like, the Detroit Lions may be my favorite team.
I root for the Eagles and whoever's making me money.
Whatever. I couldn't care less.
This usually week 1. There's always some big games. There are some big games this week based on the rankings, but not based on the spread. Notre Dame and Ohio State. Ohio State is a heavy favorite. Georgia, Oregon. Georgia also a heavy favorite. I think they're both at 17. Yeah.
Well, and a half, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. There. I was listening to Stanford Steve and the Bear on their podcast, and the Bear said in Notre Dame's last 10 games against top 10 teams on the road, they are 0-10.
Yep. They're going to get boat race.
They're going to get their shit kicked in.
Ohio State opened up 14.5, and that line immediately just skyrocketed. And I'm sure it was smart money and public money, but
I don't even think 17 is enough.
I don't either. This one could get ugly, and it could get ugly quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the Georgia-Oregon game, I will specifically get into that in a little more depth.
Yeah.
Georgia lost 5 starters on defense in the first round of the NFL draft.
Yep.
Then, they lost Pickens, James Cook, Zaire White. So they did lose a lot of talent, but if you bring back a quarterback after winning a national championship, I'm always interested in you. And
they also lost their defensive coordinator.
I don't.
Do you know where their defensive coordinator went?
I do not know.
He's the head coach of Oregon now. Dan Lanning. Yeah.
How fitting.
Yep.
17 seems like a lot in that game just based on all of the talent that Georgia lost. But, that's one of the teams that doesn't really rebuild. They reload.
Yeah.
They're going to have guys, like what you said with LSU last week. Like, LSU may be rebuilding, but it's not like they don't have athletes out there. Like, so I feel like that's the same way with Georgia. But is there a game outside of those two, into the weekend more besides Oklahoma? Like, is there somebody else?
Well, I got my Tigers on Sunday. I don't know if you were interested in hearing about that, but
by all means, go ahead.
I've got LSU. The only other game I've bet so far, I took Appalachian State over North Carolina. So I do have that.
See, that was one of the things that caught me off guard. Because, yes, I know North Carolina is not some powerhouse football school, but I didn't think they would be traveling to App State.
Yeah, but that's just a home and home in the state of North Carolina. I don't even know. North Carolina Stadium probably holds 50,000 people. Like, it's not like there's some power brand.
No, I get it. It's just when you're just.
It's not like if LSU wanted to go play ULL or something. That'd be completely different.
That would be way more strange.
I would say that Appalachian State probably has, just as much relevancy from a national standpoint. People know who App State is when they beat Michigan in 07.
Oh yeah, instantly.
They're a brand now. Oh wait, I'm sorry. People know who they are. So, I've took a position on that one. I bet App State. I got them at +1. I think they're at Pick'em now, maybe. Just running through the board, looking at the games. I mean, there's not a whole lot. I do want to watch Cincy, Arkansas. I love Arkansas, by the way. Cincy got ravished on defense. I mean, they had an all-time group of 5 secondary with Sauce Gardner, and I can't remember the other guy's name off the top of my head. But, yeah, not a whole lot, really. I bet Rice already. I did take Rice against USC at +34. Utah, Florida. Forgot about that. Utah travels to the Swamp.
Yep.
I like Florida. But everyone that I know and that you know, and as you know, when we all like one team and we all like Florida, they usually just get housed. Or they lose in some heartbreaking fashion.
Then there's no in between.
I may abstain from that game.
There is no in between. They will either get boat raced or the flukiest of things will happen. They won't win.
They will not win. That's why I'm kind of worried about Pitt tonight. But I do like Florida. Utah coming into the Swamp. Utah is not a good road team. You can go back and look at their road record the past few years. Awful. Start slow. So I'll probably take Florida there.
Well, I'm glad you transitioned right into that because my next little segment is going to be
Utah
upset alert. And
Utah.
The team I have written down is Utah.
Absolutely.
Now, again, we talked about them last week on the college, so we do like Cameron Rising, but
yeah, I do. But
dude, man,
that's a tough opening game, man. When you're from Utah,
West Coast to East Coast,
you got to go travel down to the Swamp. It's going to be 95. It's going to be humid. There's going to be 100,000 idiots. By the way, Gainesville, the absolute worst place you can go to a road game. I've been everywhere in the SEC. It is the worst, bar none. They're fans. I don't care if they listen to the podcast, but y'all are a bunch of morons. Idiots. Act like idiots. No, done. So that's a tough place to go week 1. Like I said, it's going to be 90. It's going to be 100% humidity. You're out there in Utah breathing the crisp air. Like, good luck. Good luck,
Well, here's my real thing, without getting too in-depth game plan in this. If Richardson is going to be a pro, this is a game you got to at least show up for. You can't lose this game. I mean, you can lose the game, but you can't.
Yeah.
This is a game. If you're going to be a top 15 pick, this is a game you win.
We'll see about Richardson, man. Everybody's real high on Richardson. He really only had one good game, and it was against LSU.
Yeah, he's only thrown 67 passes.
If you go back and look at his other games, they weren't very impressive. So,
but now that he's the guy, he's not going in and out.
I guess we'll see. I mean,
the talent is there. There's no doubt.
He could be the next Felipe Franks.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think Utah. I mean, I don't know. It just almost feels like that's a trap bet, man. They're hanging that 3+3, and it's like everybody's thinking, Utah has no chance, and all of a sudden that's usually when you get your teeth kicked in by the book. But we'll see. I'm going to take a position of abstinence from that game.
Okay. I actually do like the Gators. Is there another dog that you think is going to win outright this weekend?
Man, I looked at my pick 5, and I took 4 favorites, which I hardly ever do. Yeah. Let me see. What dog? Oh, I took Rice. They're not going to win outright.
Yeah. No.
I don't know, man. I'm actually a little worried about LSU now, but
you are.
Yeah. Now, App State was a dog. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, they were a dog. Just not a whole lot of close competition. I mean, if we really got into the nitty-gritty of the schedule,
in week 1.
It's week 1, Yeah, nothing I'm seeing that I think anybody's going to get upset.
I guess the closest that's a touchdown or more. Cincinnati is a touchdown dog.
I'm telling you, man.
I don't think
Cincinnati got ravaged on defense. Ravaged. I think Arkansas is going to run it down their throat.
Yeah, and they lost Ritter. That hurts.
Well, that quarterback, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. They have coming back. He's pretty electric. He had some time last year. I mean, you just look at the board, dude. Like, there's nothing.
There's
nothing. I mean, I'm just sitting here scrolling through, and it's like.
Was it you that told me Arizona State might be the worst team in the country?
Well, I think they're the worst coach team in the country.
Well, they are. They're a 25-point favorite.
Yeah, they're going to win.
All right. Well,
I do like Texas. I do like Louisville at Syracuse. Louisville's -4. I like Louisville. But yeah, upset alert. I guess maybe Utah. I don't know. I just feel like that one's a little trappy, so I'm just going to stay away for now. I do think Florida wins though.
I did again. I was listening to that podcast with Stanford Steve and the Bear, and they kind of like Purdue home dog 3.5.
Yeah, I like Penn State.
All right, I'm gonna try something here. I just recorded the Backroads read. We're gonna see if I can time this up right, and then
surely
we'll dive into the pick 5, and we'll go from there.
Go.
All right, you ready?
Let's go.
We're gonna do that. One of these.
Today's episode is brought to you by the premier clothing brand choice for any outdoor enthusiast, Backroads Apparel. Whether you chase the migration, live life at full draw, or just enjoy going to the camp to crack cold ones with friends and family, Backroads has a design that fits your lifestyle. Represent the brand that prides themselves on being authentic and original. Head over to backroadsapparel.com and grab your gear today. Be sure to use promo code PTB during checkout to receive 10% off of your entire order. Again, that's backroadsapparel.com, promo code PTB. Today's episode.
Okay, that wasn't as loud as I was hoping, but
a pro is pro.
We're getting there.
Baby pro.
Look at that. All right, I figured that first half was going to be pretty quick, and our picks 5 would be a little more in depth.
Yep.
It's just 5 by the spread or over under. There's no like confidence ranking. It's just
nope.
5.
We pick 5 games. If you go 5-0, you win the pot that week. Whoever's got the best record at the end of the year, drop 2 weeks, you win all the money. So this may be the last week I do college football, depending on how it goes, because I did so good in the NFL last year.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you at all. You want the honors? You want me to go first?
Well, let me just explain how our pick 5 works. Right?
Do it.
On Tuesday, so you have Monday Night Football. On Tuesday, the line comes out, right? Now, that line, obviously, if you were in Vegas or wherever, now it's legal everywhere, that line would move throughout the week, right? It would go 6, 7, 8, back to 7, whatever that might happen. On Tuesday, whatever line that we get is just the line for the whole week. So if the Packers were -10 playing, I don't know, rarely do you see a spread that big in the NFL. Let me backtrack that. Let's say the Packers were playing the Vikings, they were -4, and Aaron Rodgers got hurt. And now the Packers went to +10 in Vegas or something like that. Our line for our book would still be -4. So you could just queue up the Vikings as a free win.
Right. Okay.
So when you hear me say these lines and you're like, oh, that's not right, that's just what I got them at.
Is there a specific site that you guys run these off of, or is it just?
I don't really know where they come from, to be honest with you. They may just come from the AP. I don't have a clue. I don't run the league or run the thing, so I do not know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for the record, I will be keeping a tally of ours, and I'll just keep track for us for fun.
Okay. And so just right off the bat, I took Pitt in the pool at -6.5. Well, as we know, they're already 7.5. So, I took TCU. I got them at -10.5. I believe they're -14 now.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's kind of going to be my system, right? I'm just going to find the biggest line movement. I'm just going to attack it.
I was just going to say, is there like a deadline that you have to have these picks in, or is it just before kickoff?
Before kickoff. I took Tulsa -3.5. They're -6.5 now. Took Rice plus 34.5. They're plus 32 now. And I took Mississippi State -14.5, and they're now -16.5. Now, you would think that system is without fail, works. It does not. So I did the same thing last year in college. I got my ass kicked. I think I hit it like 40%. Now, like I told you, NFL, I was around 70%. That's why I just quit college. I think I came in like 5th in the pool out of like 30 people. So there's just no option this week. You have to pick college.
Right.
There's
Oh, that's interesting. I liked how
it can work to. You would think it would work to your advantage, but I swear, like, watch. I'll go like 1-4 this week. Just so I'm telling you, watch. Let's just hope that one is Pitt.
Oh, well, then if that's the case, let's post this now.
Yeah.
I am admittedly a terrible gambler. And I feel like I know sports more than the average person. Mm-hmm. And when I come up with these picks, there's logic. It makes sense.
Okay.
I talk myself in, and it never works in my favor.
I feel like you just take too many favorites. That's why I'm worried about my card this week. Just so many favorites.
Well, one of the things, I only took 2. And I know that's one of the things when you do this. Like, everybody takes dogs.
Okay.
They do. The one I love the most is Oregon and Georgia over 53. I think Georgia is still going to be able to score. The line's 17, so there's already an implied total that if you're favored by 17, they're probably not going to win 21-0.
Okay.
Georgia did lose all of those first rounders on defense.
Yep.
So the defense is going to be pretty young.
Yep.
So I do think Oregon will be able to score.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to win.
Okay.
I would probably pick them to cover, but just based on what the spread is, new look defense for Georgia. I still like their offense. I think over 53 is my favorite play of the week.
Yeah, 53, you said?
That's what I got it, yeah.
Okay, so let me give you a little food for thought because you keep talking about Georgia and all these draft picks. In 2021, they had the number 4 recruiting class in the country. In 2020, they were number 1. In 2019, they were number 2. In 2018, this is probably as far back as we need to go, they were number 1. Who does that sound like?
That's
the University of Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's why I said they're not rebuilding. They're reloading. I get that.
I don't think they're going to get like 3 touchdowns hung on them just because they had guys leave.
No, that's probably a lot. No, dude, they played 15 games last year and allowed 13 touchdowns.
That's so stupid. That's so dumb. That defense was so good. God.
It was so good.
I mean, that's like an all-time great defense, maybe the greatest defense of all time. That's
now maybe based on like what Kevin said, I think, since this is week 1, the defense will get better. It'll be better in week 5. Just first one together. Again, I'm just thinking logically. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. You have to remember that not only did Oregon lose their head coach, they lost their offensive-minded head coach and replaced him with a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it. I don't know. I mean, 53 is not a lot of points.
It's not a lot.
Not a lot. 50 is basically the new 40 for college football.
Yeah, and also, listen, when it comes to college football, I don't really follow a whole lot of teams. I'm way more of like an NFL draft guy. I like to follow individual players and see what those are doing. So you're not going to see me betting on Rice, or you're not like I don't know anything about Rice.
But I'm not betting on Rice.
Well, I'm just
fading USC.
I'm just using that as an example. Like those mid-major games, like I'm not going to know anything about them, so I'm not going to do that.
I'm just taking USC because I feel like that line's inflated and that USC shouldn't be favored by that much. I don't know anything about Rice football. I'm not
So I got over 53 in that game. I did take Florida plus 2.5.
Okay.
Again, I just think if Anthony Richardson is going to be the guy here to prove it, this is a prove it game. I have 2 Florida State and LSU. I have under 51.5.
Okay.
And I took LSU minus 3.
Okay.
I just think, I know like ticket sales are supposed to be distributed evenly. Like, dude,
it's going to be a home crowd.
You can't go to New Orleans and
It'll be probably 80-20.
I know.
I've been in that dome for national championships. I've been in that dome for Sugar Bowls. It'll be LSU.
I just maybe if it was more neutral of a field.
Well, I'll just tell you like this. I don't know. I just feel like everybody's kind of like, oh, LSU's going to boat race LSU. I don't think Florida State's going to boat race LSU, and I don't think vice versa. I hope they do. I don't think they will. Something to keep in mind is LSU, like I've already discussed, has probably the best defensive line in the country, if not top 3 for sure. So it's not like Florida State's going to go out there and do whatever they want. LSU's got some gaping holes in the secondary. But like we've talked about, you can cover up a lot of secondary issues in college with a good D-line. Hell, you can do it in the pros. Hell, the Saints did the same thing in 2009. Like, I mean, you can cover that with a good D-line. And LSU's got a great D-line. It'd be interesting to see what we do on offense. I don't know that I've ever gone into a season of LSU football with less knowledge of what our offense is going to look like, So we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I don't bet LSU, so.
I mean, I get it. But again, I tried to do – well, it's funny. These fucking like 30-point spreads and stuff. Like I'm not comfortable enough in week 1. Like I haven't watched any of these teams play. I don't know.
Well, you said you love Tennessee?
No, I hate Tennessee.
Oh, I thought you liked them for –
No. I just hate that university.
Okay.
And I cheated here a little bit because I have 2.
Okay.
And I hate both of them. But I'm going to pick one, and I'm going to take Bama minus 41.5. They're playing Utah State. They just lost to UConn. Like
they opened up at minus 34. Line moved a touchdown.
Oh, if it opened at 34 and I got it at 34, then I would definitely take that. But I'm gonna stick to the now, and I'm gonna do that. Stanford Steve says Fresno State minus whatever is his like play of the year already.
They're playing what, Cal Poly?
Cal Poly, yeah.
Cal Poly's horrible. I mean, they don't even have a pulse. I didn't even know they played football. I knew they played. I bet on them in basketball. I didn't know they played football.
Yeah, I no idea.
Yeah, that'll be something.
All right, running back. You got Pitt minus 6.5. TCU minus 10.5, Tulsa minus 3.5, Rice plus 34.5, and Mississippi State minus 15 or 14.5.
So many minuses.
I have Oregon, Georgia over 53, LSU minus 3, Florida State and LSU under 51.5, Florida plus 2.5, and Bama minus 41.5.
Okay.
Those are your free fades.
Yeah, I mean, my best recommendation to the audience is just bet your house on Utah. I know like 7 of us that love Florida. Steve Lunch texted me out of nowhere today talking about loving Florida. So we all know how this ends. That's why I'm taking a position of abstinence. I'm done.
Oh, gosh.
Not betting it, not touching it.
I've
been in this game long enough to know how this ends.
Yeah. You know what we got to start? We should have polled the group, and everybody gets, our little parlay, our can't miss parlay. Everybody throws in one game. Maybe we'll do that for the NFL next week.
It's never hit, just for the record. I've asked y'all to do that so many times. So everybody just give me one play. Everybody can go 1-0.
Yeah.
And I parlay it, and it goes 0 for 17 on the year.
But 4 for 5 every week.
4 for 5. 3 for 5, 4 for 5. It's sickening. I'll be at Beau Rivage this weekend, so I'm going to be in the sports book. I'm ready to go.
When are you heading there?
Friday, tomorrow. I'm supposed to go play Fallen Oak Saturday. I have had 4 tee times there. I have played 9 holes. It rains every single time I go. And it's wet, carts on path. I'm not paying $300 to walk. So have a nice day.
No.
Yeah. So that just means more time in the casino, which is just freaking lovely.
That's horrible. That's a horrible thing.
Worst case scenario.
Anything else you want to touch on?
Nope. Boomer sooner, I hope. I don't know. I'm toy. The thing about Oklahoma is I won't lose any points on Gabriel no matter what they do against UTEP. So just waiting and seeing. Just waiting and seeing. I'm just gonna take a wait and see approach on the Heisman for right now.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: what does he have to do to shy you away from betting him? Like,
I really just want to see how Venables.
Let's be honest. He's not going to stink.
I'm more interested. So Jeff Labey was at Ole Miss last year. He is an up tempo. Let's run as many plays as we can, right? I mean, he's going to keep the pace, pedal to the metal. I'm interested to see if Venables is completely handoff as a defensive guy and says, "You do that."
Okay.
Or they slow it down a little bit. I want to see how they play. So I'm not interested in his stats. What he does against UTEP is not going to, unless they lose, God forbid.
Right.
Which, by the way, I bet UTEP last week they're not going to fucking lose. UTEP's horrible.
Well, I wasn't going to bring that up. But.
Yeah. So, I'm not really interested in if he throws for 800 yards and say, like, I don't care. He wouldn't move an inch on the odds. I'm more interested in how they play rather than what he does.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, football starts in less than an hour. And you know how we end the show with always something funny. I've been seeing this going around a lot. What is your biggest irrational fear?
Getting stuck like in between something and not being able to get out and dying right there. I read an article one time of a guy that got stuck behind a cooler in a grocery store. They didn't find him for like 10 years. Yeah. That's as bad as being buried alive. So like I bring my phone with me everywhere just in case I get stuck. Like my foot gets stuck or somebody I make a phone call.
What was this man doing behind this cooler?
He was like worked there. He's like stocking a shelf or something. He got stuck, jammed up, and obviously a dead body smells, but he was in the cooler.
In the cooler.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yep, that was a huge fear of getting stuck. Like I won't go. I'm very claustrophobic. My biggest fear is obviously getting buried alive. I mean, but that's why I bring my phone. I always have my phone just in case I get stuck somewhere. You never know when you're going to get stuck. You might get stuck, and you're going to need to make a phone call.
All right. So, you need one of those Apple Watches, dude.
I may get one. I'm never going to get stuck anywhere. I promise you that.
Do you remember like there was a commercial like on the Super Bowl, and it was promoting an Apple Watch, and this person like fell and broke their leg, and another one was stranded out in the sea, and they said, "Thank God we have our Apple Watch so we didn't die."
I mean, thank God. Think about it.
What a sales pitch.
You could be. I won't like if I'm by myself at home. I won't. If something goes under the bed and it's too far, I will not go into the bed and get it. I'll just wait. Like, I'm not gonna get my head stuck under the bed. My wife would probably not even come get me out.
Oh my God!
It would be a disaster.
The damn dog just wants its chew toy, man. You can't get it for the dog.
He's gonna go play with another one. I don't know what to tell him. I'm not crawling on the bed. Maybe get stuck. I don't know.
Oh. Mine is weird. It took me a while to think of this, but every time I put air in my tires, I'm afraid it's just going to hit too much and just the tire just explode.
Basically impossible, by the way.
I know, but it freaks me out. Like once I get to that right like pressure mark, like 35, I'm telling you, I just every 2 seconds in, out. Where we at? In, out.
You hate to do anything to ruin that precious Jeep of yours.
I'm just afraid it's going to blow up like a balloon.
Yeah.
Petrifies me.
Basically impossible. Like you'd have to fill it up for like 2 hours. Well, when you asked me mine, I knew right off the bat getting stuck was just like.
Yeah, you didn't really hesitate.
No hesitation at all. And I don't think there's a lot of people thinking I can't crawl in this bed. I might get stuck and not be able to get out for 8 hours. So if there's somebody else out there, please let me know in the comments and make me feel better about myself.
Like, well, a lot of people are claustrophobic.
But I'm claustrophobic combined with the fear of death from the claustrophobia.
What like if Megan sat on your legs and you couldn't like move your leg, does that bother you?
No, because I know in my mind I could get her off if I had to.
Right.
I can't get a king-size Serta mattress off my back.
Yeah,
I'm going to be stuck, and it's going to be bad.
Oh yeah, that's horrible.
And if I don't have my phone, I won't be able to call the fire department or anything like that. I'll just be stuck for whenever somebody gets to me. I'm not going to get stuck. I refuse.
No, I get it, dude. That does sound petrifying.
Yeah. Imagine 8:30 in the morning. You go back to the room. You forgot something in the bed. You crawl under. Boom. You get stuck. Megan don't get home until 5 o'clock. Done. 8 hours is just sitting on the bed, just stuck. Can't move. Can't breathe. Can't do anything. Terrific.
Oh,
I'll never get stuck. I promise.
I'm a grown man. I would hope not.
I'll never get. Well, you don't know. You don't know. One more inch. Oh shit! Oh, now I'm jammed up. Not me. Not me.
Another one. I've never been on like a cruise. I don't like boats. Okay. You know, I have this extreme obsession with the Titanic.
Yeah,
and if that fucker can sink.
I told you I was watching it the other day, and you like freaked out.
I'm good. Oh, dude, I love it. Every time, if that damn movie is on AMC or something, you can't fathom how many text messages I get. Hey, just so you know, Titanic's on. Like,
here's a fun fact: Kate Winslet's boobs were the first boobs I ever saw.
Ooh,
yeah, not a bad start. Not a bad start.
No,
not a bad start. Not the worst start. So yeah, getting stuck's number one. I don't even know what would be number two. Like, I have a fear of snakes, but that's not irrational. Fuckers can kill you.
Yeah, no. Like, I was gonna say, I don't really have like a fear of heights. I have a fear of falling.
Yeah,
but like being
no fear of heights, but it's irrational because I'll never put myself in the position. Like, I just won't do it.
Yeah, drowning, but again, that's not irrational.
It's not irrational. You can drown anytime.
Yeah. The tire thing, that's pretty.
It's irrational. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because if the tire blows up, you can just get another tire. If I get stuck, I'm just stuck.
Yeah, but I just feel like it's just
I don't
pop and explode in my face.
Well, then go buy a new tire. If I get stuck, I'm just stuck until somebody finds me. Like, I'm done.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna pop like some big league chew. I think it's gonna like explode
and like kill you. I don't understand.
I don't know. Just rubber pellets blasting me in the head. No, I don't know. It's irrational. I can't explain it. It's irrational.
Still not worse than getting stuck. Imagine you're stuck under the bed. You got to take a shit. Now you're stuck. You just got to wait or shit yourself. One of the two.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying nothing. Dude.
You only got two options. You're stuck. You're stuck.
Well, I know which option you would take. From here on out, Mondays, like I said last week, Mondays will be like a Monday morning recap. We will do the mailbag at the end. We'll go over our picks. I can't wait to fucking start talking NFL. God, I can't wait. I cannot wait for Thursday. Oh, Rams 2-point home dog. Am I missing something?
I love the Bills. I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm going to bet the Bills.
Man.
I'm going to take the money line. I'm just going to take the Bills.
You just love favorites, dude.
I'm probably going to take the over, to be honest with you. I think it's over 52. They're going to score. I got questions about the Bills' defense, and the Bills are going to score. So I'll probably to be honest with you, I'll probably take the over 52. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
You know, it just hit me the other day. This is my Super Bowl preview. First game of the year. This is my Super Bowl pick.
Yeah, that's how you know it's probably not going to happen.
How fucking chalky. What a loser, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I did bet the Chargers to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I told you that, but I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
I missed a lot of value, but I did get them at 15-1. So
that's not bad.
15-1? They've been 20-1.
Dude, every day I start falling more and more for the Eagles.
I'm all on the Chargers. We'll talk about the NFL later, but the Chargers are the most talented team in the NFL.
Dude, they're loaded everywhere.
They're either going to Joe Lombardi's either going to learn how to call plays and use Justin Herbert to the full capacity of his abilities, or they're going to lose in the first round or not make the playoffs again.
Here's what has been the issue with the Chargers for the last
Joe Lombardi. That's it.
Well, it's not even that. Derwin James always hurt. Joey Bosa always hurt.
Yeah, I saw JC
when they had Denzel Perryman always hurt. Keenan Allen always hurt. Like they just They're the most injury-riddled team I've ever.
Top 5 secondary. They have a top 5 defensive line. They have a top 5 offensive line. They have a top 5 quarterback. They probably have a top 5 running back, and they probably have 2 top 20 receivers, top 25 at worst.
Yeah, they probably had the best. Like, number 3
wake up, use Herbert, throw the ball down the field. Like if they come, God bless. I hate to get into the NFL, but if they come out the first week and they're throwing the ball behind the line, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I might drive to Los Angeles and fight Joe Lombardi. Like, oof. You would think that as analytical and aggressive as Staley is, that he would not let Lombardi do that. I saw some stat. I have to pull it up. I don't want to misquote it, but like Herbert threw behind the line like as much as anybody in the league last year. Like it was in some insane number for a guy who has an absolute fucking hose and who's going to be a generational quarterback.
Yeah, I wonder if that's more just the, hey, let's get the ball to Eckler.
No, that's how fucking Lombardi's always been. When he was at the Saints, he did the same thing. He had Drew Brees, right? He obviously, he does not have the arm talent that Justin Herbert has.
No.
We have to adjust. Herbert's a top 5 quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. He is top 5, maybe top 3.
I don't think anybody would.
I don't think anybody would debate that. Let's use him. Let's use him to his full abilities, his full talent. I don't want to watch Justin Herbert check it down to Austin Eckler and run a swing screen. Like I don't want to see that. Let me see Mike Williams on the stretch. Let me see Keenan run the post. Let's throw the ball down the field. But we'll get into that on the NFL show. I'm all in on the Chargers.
We will. All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, subscribe, rate, review. You can listen to this Apple Podcast, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found.
Yep.
Go Pitt Panthers.
Yep. Goodbye. Go Pitt.